rings. And I wear them on any finger. I'm not going to be told what finger to wear a ring. Like, these are dress rings. Well, not dress, I mean, they're real gold and diamonds, but I wear them on the finger that they fit. And because of weight loss, this is the finger that they fit. So no. What? Maybe I'm mentally weak. I don't know. Maybe I'm mentally weak. Maybe other women are mentally strong or stronger. I don't know. Like, a lot of people will be like, oh, but you'd rather cry in a private jet or cry in a Bentley. But I'm just low-key like, but why do we have to cry? Why does crying have to be part of the equation? Why can't we love each other? Why can't we respect each other? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we plan a life together? Like, I don't want to, as long as crying is in the equation, I don't want it. So it doesn't matter where I'm crying from. I'm the type of person who, it doesn't matter whether I'm crying from a hut or a mansion, I don't want to cry. Wherever we are, let's be happy and let's be respectful and let's be wholesome. Thank you. You guys, my kids are really beautiful, and they're very strong as well, because you guys need to remember, when you're around certain people, it's just about money and how do we take money. So it's a very dangerous environment also to raise your kids in, where everyone just cares about what they can take and grab. So I've been very blessed that I have my kids and my kids are okay, and we're just doing our little thing, and it's always kind of been like that. But still, I'm very grateful that God has given me those two people, and I'm very in love with them. Absolutely in love with them. I will never regret the decision. 100%. And also remember, people need to know I left before I left, and I've been gone. In April will be a year, and there've been no scandals. There've been no issues of me chasing after this person or huffing and puffing or trying to make noise. I didn't go online and feel the need to, write some long soliloquy about why the marriage broke down. If people have been following my page, I left. I said I was leaving, and then I shut up about it after that. I didn't need people's votes or support in my side because I left for myself. So I chose peace. By now, I would have been fat. My skin would have been something else. I would have been stressed. I would have been on antidepressants, probably anxiety pills and all types of things, But I just said I need to be strong for my kids because I've got 2 minors. And also, with my son's condition, I just needed to be there. I didn't need unnecessary distractions. And if I find a good man, and a good man being a man who fears God, 1, 2, respects me. I think I don't even need a man who loves me. I need a man who respects me. If I find those 2 things in a man and he loves and accepts my kids, then why not? I do think I'm only 32. I'm only 32. I could have maybe 2 or so more kids, maybe. And, I also got married really young. So I feel like I missed out on a lot of adult relationship-y things. So I also really want to experience that, just dating as an adult and, planning as an adult and growing up as an adult with another adult. I missed a lot of those type of things. So would I be married? Hell yeah. Yeah, I would. Don't be surprised, guys. And it might be sooner than you think. But I'm not scarred from this marriage, no. Let me tell you this, guys. Towards the tail of the marriage, he was hardly ever around. So the way God works, my kids are very used to this kind of estranged situation, So this is something he did. He thought that every time he was on a flight or away or doing whatever he was doing it to me, but he was doing it to me and his kids. So my kids are kind of used to him not really being around. And if he's not around and if you say, Dad's at work, for them, it's like, oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? So in a lot of ways, there's no difference in how I'm living now and how I was actually living when I was married. That's the sad thing. You see, the weird thing about status is this. I don't even know what the status was. Do you know what I mean? And no, I don't feel scared to lose the status. If the status has to change, the status has to change. Do you know what I mean? And I'm okay with that as long as the status that I get is something I believe in and I want to be a part of. I don't want to be given something I'm not signing up to or part of something where I'm just being dragged along. No. So I think, he's definitely become bigger and better. You know what I mean? And if that wasn't what God had destined for me, then it's not my portion. I don't want someone else's portion. You know what I mean? I want what's for me and something that I'm going to be able to be myself in and something that I'm going to glow in. And I really do feel that sometimes God puts you in a situation and then maybe moves you because he's like, okay, well, if we stay here, it's going to take you away from your destiny and we just need you to. All I'm going to say is I hope that now that they can love their new Murora and leave me the hell alone. That's just, it's been a hectic 7 years with those people just like breathing down, my back wherever they are based in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm really hoping that the separation of this divorce comes with the separation of all of these people, because I factored all of these things when I left. I factored all. I was like, I don't want a life with some people in it for the rest of it. So she can hate me. She can think I'm a witch. She can think I'm a lot of things. That's okay. I've still never met the girl. And now I'm even happier that I never have to. The reason why I'm taking so much time to answer these questions is because I want people to have lessons. No one who doesn't have a gun to your head can force you to do something that you don't want to do. The ex is doing what he wants to do. Yes, some people might be like, oh, he's under pressure and but I mean, he's 44 years old. How much pressure can you really be put by people who aren't even married? Do you know what I mean? I mean, is Mo married? Are his sisters married? Are all of them married? I mean, does he have a say in their marriage? So even if they do have a say in his life, I can't say that the say that they have in his life can be that powerful, because at the end of the day, if someone doesn't have a gun to your head, what power do they have to make you do something you don't want to do? I think he's doing what he wants to do. And I think he's doing what he was probably always going to do. You know what I mean? So I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Even if they think that they did contribute and whatever they were doing, whether physically, spiritually, whatever, contributed to it, then good for them. They are. There are always people like waiting in the woodworks, right? So people always look at it and say, with marriages or with women, oh, there's another woman wants your place. Men, they're always men trying to see if they've got more power or more money or more swag than your husband. So even when I was married, there were people who used to put pressure. But then now it's kind of like, now they can be more transparent and just be like, I like you. This is what I want. But it's now up to me to kind of just be like, is this really what I want right now? You know what I mean? Yes, I do, guys. I had a good cry yesterday. I think I was just irritated to be like, 9 months close to a year later, I think I would have thought that we would have just finished off a lot of things by now. Do you know what I mean? But I guess he's got plans, for he knows the plans he has for me. I'm just myself. I can't be anybody else. You understand? Thank you, guys. I really appreciate the love, eh? Thank you. Thank you. I really do. And shout out Lanzan. I absolutely love both names, Minana and Munana. It was a very tough pregnancy. All my pregnancies were really tough, to be honest with you. I had people after me. So I remember I worked up until like the week my C-section was scheduled. And I didn't know how it was going to go. Like, all my pregnancies have just been very high risk. So when I had my girl, I was really like, this is a blessing, God. This is a miracle. Thank you for getting me through it. So every time I say her name, it's just also something that reminds me of like what I was going through. It was a very hard pregnancy. I think a lot of it emanates from what the person you'll be with says about you in your absence. And I think people who aren't married, don't know that men lie, exaggerate, or come bent and say negative things when they're hurt or when they're upset. I think it's also true. I'm not their type of person. Like, I'm not their flavor. You know what I mean? I wasn't who they wanted. Maybe I didn't fit into the picture. Maybe I was someone who, I am who I am. So if I stand for something, I stand for it. If I don't like something, I don't like something. I'm not someone who's going to like evade or, maybe my personality just didn't fit into. I think I saw an interview, Titsim Tendi said different families have different cultures. And I think I just didn't fit into their culture and we just clash, which is okay. Like, I don't think clashing with your tetis is a nightmare. But for me, I'm a very easygoing person. So if I don't get along with someone, we just will never get along. I'm organizing it this Monday. I told you that though. I think that's it. I actually have a very good video I want to post about this, mental health. Do you know, it sounds so small, but because someone asked me also, like, what life advice do I have? you only have one life, guys. You really do. So if you're stuck in something that I think is draining you, not serving you, and isn't really for you, this is the one life you have. You don't know, like, after you get put in the coffin, you come up and, well, got up on number 6. Like, you don't know that. And God willed for you. He wished for you. He breathed life into you. Why would you stay somewhere where you're not supposed to be? Or somewhere where it doesn't serve you? You know what I mean? And it goes both ways. If men, if you're married to someone who isn't aligned with your destiny and your role and your goals, I think, if they're not aligned, you must find people who are aligned, right? So it goes both ways. I don't think it's just towards women.
Okay. So this video continues from the first one that I posted. Go and look for it if you haven't seen it yet. This time it starts achitaura kuti marings akapfeka, I guess vanhu vanenge vachifunga kuti ndeemuchato, and she denounces that. She says asi marings emuchato, and she casually says these are diamond and gold. Guys, how fly is that? Kuti munhu anongotaura casually kuti ndakatopfeka real diamond and real goals, guys. Anyway, there's another question where she says, why not just stay and cry uri mu Bentley, cry uri ku Dubai, kungo shingirira uri mu marriage mako, but une zvinhu zvako. And she says kuti no, number one, why are we even crying? Chikuchemerei. Why? What is the reason yekuchema? Haasi kuda zvekuchema mu marriage. She doesn't want that. She would rather not. That's not her principle. That's not what she wants, to go through hardships and to suffer in a marriage. While chero zvake ari mu Bentley, chero zvake ari mu Rolls Royce, the latest Range Rover, she doesn't want that. And this is something that shows you kuti as a person, Sonja values her peace more than material, but also she's still getting those material things out of the wedding, out of the marriage. So I think that she won still, because Wicknell is still paying for the house that she's staying in. Wicknell is still paying for the cars that she drives. Everything, her lifestyle is still funded for. It's still paid for, but she chose peace. And I think she won in this setup because she gets the best of both worlds, you see. So pane vamwe vanhu zvakatosiyana situation yake nevamwe vanhu vekuti once they leave that marriage, now they lose everything. But I guess that's one good thing that Madzibaba is doing for her, because she still gets my benefits ake ese aiwana ari marriage, except this time she has peace of mind. She can go to sleep achizauti that man is not cheating on me, that man is not out there embarrassing me, And I think kuti she won the best prize, honestly, by choosing herself. She also talks about how the timeline has been that she left him in May last year, in 2024, and now April it will be a year since she left. And she was talking about how she does cry about the situation, because she thought kuti at this point vanenge vasetla divorce yacho yese, vasetla zvinhu zvacho zvese, she wouldn't have to be fighting for him to sign papers. And that's what I'm getting from these Q&As as well, kuti it seems as if Madzibaba Wicknell is not ready to sign the papers. It seems as if the ball is in his court, and ndiye ari kuita kuti zvinhu zvisafamba, Wicknell, and yet Sonja is ready to move on. But you start to wonder kuti why is he not signing the papers? He found his new love, right? He found his new girlfriend, now fiance, Lulu. And if he's so in love with this lady, why is he not just signing off the papers, my divorce papers? Kuna nemarriage yake na Sonja kuti zvingopera, so that Sonja doesn't have to come online and talk about their marriage and how it ended in shambles and everything. And it's only a few days towards Muchato wa Lulu and Wicknell, apparently. She says in the she says in the Q&As to come, the one that I will post next, she talks about how Lulu and Wicknell are going to chat. They're going to be married on the 8th of March. And so you start to wonder, Kuti, is she making drama? Is she doing all of this because the marriage date is coming? Is she being spiteful, or is she actually trying to push him to sign the papers nguva ichiripo asati anochata, so that my relatives alulu vazivewo kuti haasati sign my divorce papers, you know? So it's really interesting to see kuti Sonja is ready to move on, but Madzibaba Wicknell ndo vasati are ready to move on. And she also talks about how towards the end of their marriage, Wicknell angasasatogari kumba, angasasabatiki. She says kuti vana vatozvijaira, they don't really feel the gap rekuti Wicknell haasisipo, because angasasatogari pamba pavanga vari vese. He was always flying, and I guess she says kuti he was doing it to spite her, but in the end the people who suffer in this are the kids, because they don't get to see their parent. My parents angashinetsana. So it's really a sad state of affairs kuti vana vanotadza kuona baba vavo in the house because the parents are fighting. And I guess this is one of the downsides, divorce, marital problems, because the children suffer the most in times like that. She talks about how she's also not afraid to lose the status. She's not afraid to lose everything with Wicknell. She just really wanted her peace. She also spoke about how she had tough pregnancies between 2 children, and how she feels like she had forces against her physically and spiritually. It would be interesting to know kuti maforces acho ndivanani vairwisana naye during her time of pregnancy. But it is said because for women you want them to be as peaceful as possible munguva ye kuzvitakura, because patogara pane macomplications akawanda anokwanisa kuitika when pregnant, so kuzowedzera mastress zvinhu zvakaoma. So eventually, because of how tough her pregnancy was, she talks about how she ended up naming her daughter Minana, and it's quite a beautiful name. She also says in the end kuti she did not fit into their culture yekwana Wicknell. And it is interesting because I wonder what she means kuti she did not fit into their culture yavo yakaita sei. Is it too traditional? Culture yake iye yakaita sei? And why they failed to gel as a family. So this is the end of part 2 of my Q&A videos. Sonja, I'm going to post part 3 just now. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share these videos so that you stay informed, so that we can discuss these issues together. Subscribe, like and share, and hit the notification bell so that the moment I post, you'll be the first one to know. Thank you. See you in the next one.